Hello everyone, good evening. So, first of all, a huge congratulations to all of you to score 20 and above in AMC 8, and we are really happy for that. And your sir is also here. Actually, today we want to hear the story of your mathematical journey so far. Is it not, Dipanda?
Yeah, again, very congratulations to all of you. I mean, good to see that all of my students are presently almost. So, uh, very congratulations to all of you. And I know there may be someone are missing here who are watching this thing. So maybe next year we'll be there. But it's a journey that led Ani, Myra, Arshit, Akshita, Samayra all here. Although tremendously proud of Myra, who just did this thing in the grade 6, and so as Akshita, I guess, rejoined after a long break, and at the very first attempt, there's a bomb, and it's all the hard works, the maybe the strategy as well, the passion of maths, whatever it is. I am just interested what you did. What is your recipe of success? So try to make it such a way that it somehow uh, in give the pathway to the kids who are have started the journey just now or who are working hard to improve their maths and trying to grade at problem solving and trying to enhance their problem solving ability. So let's start from Arshit. Good evening, Arshit, and
Yeah.
tell me some tell me whatever you want. So,
So,
how was the thing, and how did you prepare yourself for this?
the I mainly prepared with past tests, which I found on the Art of Problem Solving website, and also in my school they had these special classes for MC, which I did. So, I think it was just a lot of practice and conceptual understanding, which helped me to score in
So,
the.
for problem solving, how how you see the thing and how you practice the thing. Any
So,
strategy?
not really any strategy. I just try to stay concentrated and put all my effort into that one moment when I'm doing it, and then I try to like avoid other distractions and just focus on maybe that one question at a time and get the right answer.
Okay, that's an amazing thing. It's a valid point. Concentration. Um, I don't know whether you guys struggled on that or not. At my student life, I struggled a lot with my silk mistakes, and now I don't struggle in that case. I guess the major thing that I changed the concentration thing. That I know the problem, I become overconfident, then I start committing mistakes. If I can overcome that, that is an easy way to tackle the things. Great. And what's your favorite topic? Topic in the sense anything like what among geometry, common voice module, or number theory, algebra, what you
Uh,
find yourself most comfortable?
I like algebra and combinatorics to some extent.
Okay.
Like,
And
like
any suggestion of books? Do you know?
uh, maybe these think mathematics books, which I do, which are not only algebra focused, but they're overall and they're pretty good, interesting to solve.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Ashit. Let's go to Anirudh. Sorry, I am so habituated calling him Ani. So, yeah. Ani, so tell me about yourself. How you started. Yeah. Which attempt was this? I mean, from how many years you have been trying, I
So,
mean, writing MC8?
so this is my first attempt. So
last year I didn't do, and before that, like I wasn't uh, doing any competition. So this is the first year that I'm doing AMC.
And right now, you're in which grade?
So eighth grade.
Eight.
So
So
yes, sir.
great. And tell me how you prepared yourself. What I mean now, if you look back to your journey, what do you see from your perspective?
So uh, like uh, like looking back, it feels like I did a lot more preparation, but like before the exam, it felt like I was doing a lot less preparation. So I kept doing like past papers that I found online, and so like then I got the score, and now I'm realizing that I did a lot more practice than I realized.
Yeah. So and as a resource, any guidance to the students who may be trying next year that maybe what you tried apart from the past year problem is definitely. For example, you were trying some XYZ contest or some XYZ exams. The past, if their past
Yeah,
year resources are there, that is going to be beneficial definitely. But
yeah.
apart from that, have you found anything beneficial?
Um, Not that I can remember right now, but
Okay,
I think I just like um found just looked up AMC 8 and just practiced everything that I found basically like as practice. So
and what's your favorite maybe module?
yeah, like algebra and a bit of number theory. Mostly like algebra, but I like number theory also a little bit.
Great. So maybe this year you are going to write. Also, last year I guess you did IUQ.
Yes, sir. This year when I entered eighth grade, my like
Yeah,
first attempt.
and yeah, your first attempt and almost without preparation.
Mm, yeah, a little bit preparation of for IOQM.
Great, thank you, Ani. And let's move to Akshita. Tell me, Akshita.
So, like for me, I didn't prepare very much for AMC at this time. Whenever I actually did, I didn't score very well. I have been giving AMC 8 since fifth grade. Then I gave it in sixth also, and the score remained same. And I think the reason for it might be because I couldn't get much time to practice for it, and I was just too much occupied. But this year, I thought that because in eighth grade my target is IQM, I have to now devote my time at least to mathematics because I have loved this subject since very beginning. So from there I just started practicing mathematics from April, and I did in a very good way till a very good extent. This year I mainly targeted AMC 10. I appeared for it, but it was a disaster. Not much, but it was a little bit. And for AMC 8 I didn't even think of like practicing a lot, but because of the long term practice and the past year papers I did earlier and everything, I was able to score very well.
One more thing, I really want you to tell a bit on this that um, I personally know that you used to solve a lot of problems and you always keep in touch with the problem solving. So tell me something like what kind of problems you usually do or what you follow. Maybe let's say definitely your next year you're going to appear in the IOKM for the first time. And so for that you are preparing yourself for last 1 year maybe. The past year questions of IOKM, the when actually we discussed a lot in the last year's IOKM during the last year's IOKM that you were not there, but let's solve the questions together. We discussed a lot in the WhatsApp, in the classes, everywhere. So how did you try to always keep in touch with the problem solving and how you think that it should always be? Tell me something on that.
So I think that I'm able to do this because I just like to do this particular stuff. Because if I just leave practicing some questions for some time, it is not exposing me to much of a problem solving part, and I just don't like that. So, whenever I get time at night, especially when it is past midnight, at that time when I am just bored that I can't sleep and I have to do something, so I just take out a paper and I just solve. And I don't know why, but whenever I solve a question, I just feel very different, very nice. So I just stay in touch with it.
Great. I mean, those who thinks midnight is 12 o'clock, for Akshita it's 2 o'clock. Even she used to send me at 2 o'clock that I am got stuck into the question. Can you help? So that's an attitude that I really want everyone to think about, because conceptual enrichment of anyone is a, there is a feel good factor there, that you are feeling great, that you are knowing a lot of new things and so on. But ultimate thing is the problem solving. So everyone should spend a lot of time in the problems, and that's why this result is. So for those who are watching as well, please note this thing. It is very important to improve yourself in problem solving. Knowing thousand things can solve 10 problems is not a good picture at all. You need to show that you actually aware of the facts, actually can use the facts. Thank you, Akshita. Let's hi, good evening, Samayra. Tell me, how has been your journey?
Hi sir. I think uh from like the beginning, from like year five, year six, I've been doing things like UKMT, um, which is another competition, and I've developed like I feel like I practice so much for that, and I usually do like okay in those types of like competitions. I've been doing okay for the past couple of years in those competitions, so that gave me quite a boost of confidence, and like gave me like I guess the passion to try do well in AMC 8, and now I also want to do that further AMC 10. Like I also didn't do too well in AMC 10 this year, but hopefully next year with the same amount of like practice and things like that.
So yeah, I still remember we had, I mean, had a one-on-one session 1 year ago, maybe on UKM, that you were solving a lot of questions from there and so on. So any special thing that you found that, for example, for me, I always find any particular Olympiad of any country, they have their own time. For example, if you go to the UKMP, they have their own time. If you go to the AMC, they are much prominent. I guess they are one of the most prominent ones who ask directly combinatorics and algebra questions. On the other hand, if you go to the Russian contest, they have amazing combinatorial games questions, and even Barclay. I don't know how many of you have solved the Barclay or Balkan Olympiad things. They have such amazing questions, and Russian Olympiads as well. So, any of the type that you found that practicing that particular Olympiad class PPYQs helped you a lot.
Yeah, so the UKMT, like the once you do the UKMT, if you get a certain score, that and you like progress, then you can go into the Olympiad like section of it. And I feel the Olympiad section, there are multiple sections in that, and the first section of that Olympiad had, I feel, similar problems or similar concepts having to be applied, in AMC 8. Um, so yeah, and obviously like there's mostly the geometry problems. I'm not too strong in geometry, but UKMT offers like at the end of the paper, especially last couple of problems, instead of trying to do the first 10, I usually go towards the last 5 or last 10 problems and try to do that instead of wasting my time. And that's really, I feel, good practice.
Great. Any suggestion of books on your favorite thing? By the way, what's your favorite module in that sense?
Sorry.
What's your favorite module? Maybe algebra, geometry, number theory. Where do you find
Com-
yourself comfortable? Combinatorics.
yeah.
And any favorite book of yours to suggest?
Like on combinatorics.
Right.
Uh, Not necessarily, sir. I usually just try the ones. I forgot what it's called, but my mouse. I'll get back to you. I forgot what it's called. My mouse did it to me. But
Okay. Alright. Although I don't know how many of you follow the book, on Commodorics there's a fantastic book, Principles and Techniques. I find that one very interesting. I don't know how many of you follow the book. Thank you, Samayra. Although you're gonna meet tomorrow again. Okay, Jashwin. Is Jashwin changed the batch? So it's been after a long time I'm seeing Jashwin. Hi Jashwin, good
Yes.
evening. Tell
Good
me
evening, sir.
something. How the things are going and what's the feeling when you first get aware of the marks and tell me something about the preparation as well.
Sir, my MCH score was heavily dependent on the previous year papers, sir. So I first accustomed to those type of problems. There was not much calculations involved in these AMC8 problems, sir. It was more of thinking of an unique and innovative solution than calculating, sir. So if I after I've done the past year papers, I've gone through some basic topics, sir, because AMC8 is not like very deep. You don't need very deep knowledge, but if you know the basics and you know how to apply them rightly, you can score good marks, sir. So I learned the basic concepts, and then I learned how to apply them through the past year papers, sir. So that helped in getting a good score.
Great. And anything that specially you did for last 1 year maybe that gave you this fantastic result?
So the change the problem solving classes were very helpful, sir. So doing 2 to 3 problems every day is so great for 1 year. So that was very helpful, sir. That taught me a lot of new methods. And also there was a book called written by Sohil Rathi called Mastering AMC8 book. So it had all the basic formulas for AMC8. So I revised that and it was very helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you. Now I will go to Myra. Myra has been under the spotlight for last, I guess, at least 6 months. Firstly, the MC, the NMTC result, where Myra got, I guess, what, seventh or
Seven.
sixth, seventh, right?
Seven.
So that is an All India rank seven. Now she obtained 23 out of 25 in the grade six. So fantastic job, Myra. I'm really proud of you. I mean, I don't know how have you understood what have you done or not, but it's an amazing thing that you did. So tell me the way you prepare yourself for this.
So actually, I just did like the AMC8 papers, but usually I would do like 2 papers every day, and then I would reflect on the papers I did, like any mistakes happened. So, like one example was that I used to do lots of time in the first like 15 questions, and then later on, it used to I had less times on the very harder like 25th and 24th. So then like I used to make a goal for every next paper I did, and then I would remember all the mistakes I did. Also, like I was weak in like many subject. I was weak in few subjects, like I was in geometry, and then I was also in speed distance time, and then like I used to practice for that, and then like by YouTube tutorials and few books, like yeah, and then and the websites online by, and then I used to like do that, and if it just worked out. Also, like much before, I used to keep on doing lots of problems, or at least every few problems every day, and like press that way I had a consistency, and then like I used to do every day few papers, and yeah, that was like enough. And then all the mistakes I did, I just used to make sure not to do it again.
Yeah, that's something I will very agree with you. I mean, um, Myra has been one of the most consistent students that she attained all. Not yeah, I would say almost. Maybe she missed due to maybe she got sick or some exam. But other than that, she was always present in the conceptual class, homework class, and I pretty sure she is very regular in the problem solving classes as well. I hope that is Myra.
Yes, sir.
So that is the thing. I have heard that. That's why I'm saying that she's doing really good in problem solving as well. And it has been an amazing journey that comes to an end at the MCA. So many congratulations to all of you. And within 1 or 2 days, either we met, like I guess we met. I met Ani morning, and we'll meet Myra and others tomorrow. So let's start a new journey, and maybe all of you are now eligible for the IOQM, which is going to come in September. So we have to work a lot, and we have to work so hard to do really good stuffs. And after all, we are doing math, so we are not bored at all. So thank you. Anyone wants to add on anything, or any comment, or anything more? Yes, Samayra.
I think I used. I was just remembering. I think I used the I use the Art of Problem Solving website a lot, and like their book as well. I think that's the book I was talking about. Like the it's like an introduction to
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
counting. I think called the book was called. So I think I use that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good resource to anyone. That is, they have a community there. So anyone who are willing to solve unknown problems, good problems, you can go there. There are so many open-ended problems. You can try out those problems. Okay, okay, that's it for the day. So again, I'm very happy with all of you. Although I didn't take a name here, Advait. Advait is not present here due to some family, due to some reasons. But he also did a phenomenal thing. He is in grade 7, if I'm not wrong, and got really good marks. So congratulations to him if you are watching this. So that's for the day, and see you very soon. And bye for today. Bye, everyone. Surely you're on
Bye,
mute.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Huge congratulations from Chinta team as well. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.